Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Kaos Corner. This will be episode 6, and we are joined by Adam from UBERocity.
Hello, hello. Nice to be here. Thank you very much for having me on, Chaos. Definitely a pleasure. Always a pleasure to speak with you.
Oh yeah, I know we've been kind of like talking to each other over like Twitter DMs and also I guess Discord DMs too, trying to kind of work out a day for you to sit down and record. So I'm kind of happy to have you on.
Yeah, definitely. I'm glad that we could get this to go ahead and work out, and it works well for both of our schedules too.
Yeah, I think out of everybody on, I know the least about your channel because I just recently discovered you from that DBZ cipher you did that had like Carter Sauce and, you know, like Ninethy and a bunch of other people on there, and I was like, yo, this is a cool group, and then you hit me up about being on the podcast, and I was like, yo, that's awesome. I want him on because I know like the least amount, which is that leaves content for everybody to figure out here. So if they probably will know maybe a little less than me if they don't know anything about your channel, or around the same. I don't know, but this is gonna be a learning experience.
Sounds good. I'm definitely excited. And yeah, once again, I just want to say thank you very much for having me on. I really enjoyed your podcast content up to this point, and I was like, damn, Chaos is the man. And if I can, if he thinks I'm worthy, I'm definitely happy to go ahead and hang out for a bit.
Oh yeah, dude, no, that's like, honestly, if I want all types of content creators. I've just been, you know, primarily getting like people who make music, which is awesome. But I think that's just because of like my reactions and stuff like that. I've kind of like seeded myself within the nerdcore like music community. So like that's just kind of like all the people that kind of been hitting me up. But like if you're listening to this podcast, and you know, I'm just gonna say this real quick in the beginning, and you want to be on, and you make like art or something like speed painting, you can ask me to be on. I just want to make that kind of like quick little announcement in this podcast episode. Like if you do anything like that, like you can totally hit me up. We can talk about your channel too. But for this episode, we're gonna talk about UBERocity. And I'm gonna ask, because I look at the profile picture, or I guess the banner, and it shows 2 people. So is it just 2 people that do UBERocity?
Yes. So this is it's a long story. It's a fun one though, and it's pretty wholesome, I'd say. So basically, what happened is I'm the avatar in the blue shirt. That's me. That's Adam. And I co-own, actually, it's like 50-50, co-own the channel with my my best friend Mancha. And so we actually met, oh man, it was probably like 7 or 8 years ago at this point. I'm honestly not even sure. I think it's 7. I think we uploaded the first video in 2013. And what it was is we were actually on an Epic Rap Battles of History forum together. And there was this post he made. He was like, so as a precursor to everything, I'm from the rap battle community, I guess you could say. So, and we're all inspired by the web series Epic Rap Battles of History. I'm sure everybody knows of it. If not, they pit 2 characters against each other in a rap battle. They could be historical, as it says in the name, or it could be fictional. The most popular one is Adolf Hitler versus Darth Vader. So just take that as an example, essentially. And there was a whole forum actually created to go ahead and create discussions, celebrate them, and have predictions, and then people would make their own like fan-made rap battles too. And I was a fan of this. My one of my real-life friends got me into the rap battles, the Epic Rap Battles of History, and I thought they were pretty cool. They were pretty funny, but I also thought that they were like really good songs. You know, like I could re-listen to them a lot. So I wanted to get a little bit more into it, I guess. So I found this community, or this forum, excuse me. And on this forum, there were a handful of users, and it's still active to this day, actually. I do believe. I don't think it's shut down. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me. To get back to the story, though, Mancha had this post on the forum. We did not know each other at this point, and he goes, hey, I know somebody who does a rap battle series purely with historical characters. I'm a big fan of other things, though, like fiction. So he created the series Uber Rap Battles of Fiction. And on this series, it would just be, the rule is it's a fiction versus fiction series only, so there's no real people. And I saw the post and I was like, well, I suck at writing, so I can't do any of that. And then I did post and I was like, I could be a voice actor for you guys. That would be cool, I guess. So I got added to a Skype group with Matcha, Seth, and Accordion Chick. Accordion Chick isn't really active in the rap battle community anymore, but that was really the core four that went ahead and started the Uber Rap Battles of Fiction series. And once we went ahead and started that, we uploaded our first battle, which was Anakin Skywalker versus Neo from The Matrix. And it was back in 2013, so yes, it's trash, it's garbage, and it's very bad. And it's got some bad writing, and some of the writing is pure cringe, if I'm being honest. And partly in part due to me, but you know, whatever. And then, but going forward, we went ahead and we continued the Uber Rap Battles of Fiction series, made some pretty good battles. Some battles hit, and a lot of views, actually. It was really weird. We had a Michael Myers versus Jason Voorhees battle. I voiced Michael Myers. We had this guy, R.L. Yoshi. I don't think he's around anymore, but he played Jason Voorhees, and it really blew up in views, but damn, is that terrible. It's just one of the worst battles. I did a weird Michael Myers voice. It's tragic, to say the least. But we're making videos, we're getting views, and then I decided that I wanted to do my own stuff. So I actually kind of split apart. I was still a little bit part of Uber Rap Battles of Fiction, the crew and whatnot, but I started my own series called Epic Pokemon Rap Battles, where the only rule is that it's a Pokemon versus a Pokemon, just because I was like, that's what I know. I can do this. So I went ahead and made that series, I would say, 2015, I would like to say. And then I was doing my own battles for a bit, and then I just kind of quit the series. I was making videos and whatnot, and then I switched over to only audios because I just didn't have it in me to do the videos anymore. Mancha helped me with the videos as well, and during this time frame, we were still very good friends too. Over time, Accordion Chick left the rap battle community and is doing well for herself, so that's great. And then Seth did not leave the rap battle community. He did leave Uber Rap Battles of Fiction crew, though, to work on his own series called Comic Book Rap Battles, where it's, for instance, Darkseid versus Thanos. There's Booster Kang versus, oh god. There's like Venom versus Carnage, and some battles that are a little bit easier to remember than the Gold versus Booster Kang, whatever it's called. But he is doing fantastic for himself as well. And Seth works on a lot of original works, original music. Very talented singer and rapper. I wish I was as cool as Seth. But back to the real story here. Sorry, I do a lot of sidebars sometimes.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right.
I'm a really bad storyteller. But going forward,
you could have fooled me. This is a good story. I'm enthralled already. Like I'm not talking because I'm enthralled. Like to all the listeners out there, the reason why I'm not saying anything is because I'm just enthralled. Like I hope you're all enthralled too by this story. This is such an interesting story. Yeah, go and continue.
Definitely. I'm trying to paint some sort of picture here. So, basically, I was working on my own stuff, and then I stopped working on my own stuff. I was like, oh man, this sucks, and I just didn't really want to do it anymore. I have some sort of weird thing where I get super motivated, and then for a while I'm just like, everything I do sucks, I'm gonna quit. And then I always come back to it. So at this point, I'm just like, I'm gonna save myself the embarrassment of quitting again, and I'm just gonna continue. and I had this idea because the Pokemon rap battles, while I stopped kind of uploading, they were getting some traction. I think the Aggron versus Tyranitar rap battle, and it had like 73,000 views, which was one of the highest viewed, if not, no, it was the highest viewed thing on my channel. So I did not have a lot of subscribers. Uber Rap Battles of Fiction was at 8,000, I believe, in 2015, 2016. I'm not sure exactly what the time frame is. I can go ahead and look it up while I'm talking. So in that time frame, though, I decided I wanted to get back in the game and do it again. But I wanted a different spin. I wanted to be on the same channel as Uber Rap Battles of Fiction, so we could get double the amount of views, essentially double the revenue. We could get double the content out. So that's why we went ahead and rebranded Uber Rap Battles of Fiction to the UBERocity channel. And UBERocity in itself is a hub, essentially, for creators, mainly Mancha and I, to go ahead and upload our works. So yes, it is mainly rap battles. Yes, that is what we're known for. But we do upload other things as well. I was doing some gaming stuff for a while. That tanked in views, definitely. It was bad, and I'm not very entertaining when I'm just talking by myself, not telling any specific story or anything like that. So that sucked. But we do other stuff. Mancha he's an animator, actually. He has uploaded some of his own animations on the channel. He has one called Papyrus is a Rap God, and it's a rap god like animation by Eminem, and it's got like Papyrus from Undertale over it. So it's some cool stuff like that. And then so we do upload tons of stuff, actually, including starting pretty recently, actually, some nerdcore inspired things. So like you said, we did do the DBZ cipher. I call it the Heroes cipher, and I wanted to make sure I get like some great artists on there that could go ahead and, in addition to making a really good track, they could go ahead and just kind of kill it as well, and just kind of make a name for themselves. Because I mean, we have 16,000 subscribers. I see Ninethy 5,000. I see Carter Sauce just hit 1,000. I see Afro Legacy just hit 1,000. And I'm like, damn, you guys deserve more. So I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to see if I could give them maybe like a little boost in subscribers or something to go ahead and really get them on the channel. So, and I love all those guys as well. I've gotten to know Afro very well, and what a fantastic guy. Ninethy, I have nothing but amazing things to say about him. We were actually talking about that before we even started recording, and Carter's really cool too. I love going back and forth with him. So I'm really thankful for this cipher that I just made because I wanted to go ahead and try to be part of the gang, essentially, for Nerdcore. And I'm really glad that it got me some of the friends. And I'm really glad that I can call them friends too. Not just like, oh, this guy's a YouTuber just like me. I do consider those guys my friends. And it's really crazy to just think about. I didn't know these guys like 3 months ago, but now I do consider them pretty good friends. I can go to them for advice. I can go to them for tips, mixing, writing, recording, performance, anything, you name it, and those guys are, they got my back. So it's crazy. I know I went a little bit off of the UBERocity thing, and I'm sorry.
Oh no, that's totally fine. But yeah, that's awesome too. I think it's kind of cool that you talk about like Carter and Afro and Ninethy. Like, I know Afro has expressed interest on being on a podcast, and Carter was the first episode.
Exactly.
And then Ninethy will be the episode before this. We're kind of recording this a little ahead of time because that's when you could sit down and do it. Yeah, this episode will come after Ninethy, so it's kind of interesting to see all these people who have been on my podcast show up, you know, in the conversation in future episodes, which is amazing. What kind of community that is kind of here, you know, in the nerdcore and like music and like just nerdy stuff, the community that we've got going on. It's dope. I think it's amazing.
Yeah, that's called continuity, actually. So this is like, eventually you got to have like a group podcast, and that can be like the Infinity War, but like here's like the solo movies.
Oh gosh, yeah. I would love to have more than one person on. It's just like I'm trying to kind of
crazy.
I'm trying to kind of balance just one person being on right now. But I think when I get like people coming on again, I can have like multiple people coming on, and it would be like I would have to really script it and be like, you know, I'd have to like have specific people I ask the questions to.
And then like specific time frames and whatnot.
Yeah. But that was a really interesting story about like the long process between like, you know, the idea of doing the rap battles to doing them to like splitting up, then to like, you know, all this weird, I know, a bunch of stuff happening in the last like, you know, while. I don't know how many years we said 2013.
This has been 7 years in the making.
Holy crap, like 7 years in the making. Oh man, I think
it's been a hell of a journey. I will tell you that. Mancha will tell you that. Anybody in the rap battle community who has witnessed anything with Mancha and I will tell you that we've been through a lot together, and I'm really grateful that I can call him one of my best friends.
That's awesome. Oh wow. So I guess that basically just answers my question of why you made the channel, and you just said it was a hub for all this amazing content. So definitely rap battles first and foremost. That's what's gonna get us. I mean, I hate to be like that guy who's like doing it for the views or whatever, but that's what's gonna get us the views. I mean, our top battles are Pikachu versus Mimikyu, my battle. We have Charizard versus Greninja, my battle. We have Mancha's battle, Bill Cipher versus WD Gaster. Oh my God, that battle that's probably the best one on the channel and deserves the most views. He did an amazing job with writing that. So if you can like feel creeped out from a rap battle, I think that's when you know that somebody did something right. Oh yeah, especially if it's supposed to be a creepy character.
Oh my God, yeah, it's creepy. It's very creepy. We've got 3 different people voicing WD Gaster from Undertale because he's like an amalgamation of all these different spirits, is how it's been explained to me. I've never played Undertale. Don't crucify me in the comments, please.
You're gonna get that one troll that's gonna crucify you in the comments.
Probably, and you know, hey, that just means they listen this long, and I'm really thankful that anybody can bear listening to me for 17 minutes or whatever. So,
I wish these podcasts get more views, to be honest. I look at my views on them and I'm like, dude, they're like, if you're a fan of these artists and you're missing out not listening to these podcasts. Like, I hate to be the one person like, hey, there's one person that's like, hey, come listen to my stuff, but it's like, really, I'm like, I have these amazing people on my podcast that, you know, this is like, I do this for not only myself, but I do it for everybody that like wants to listen, because like I coordinate these awesome podcasts. I think they're awesome. I'm gonna say they right are now, because
you're
like
right.
I listen to them myself. Like I know I'm part of it, but I listen to them. You know, I went back, you know, a little bit ago and I listened back to, you know, my first episode with Carter. You know, I did a little bit ago, and I'm like, dude, this is funny. This is awesome, and it's such good, like, especially like because I had Divide on. Divide
exactly.
Music.
That's
and it's
wholesome,
like,
man.
if you're a fan of Divide Music, he says so much interesting stuff in that podcast that, like, I get it. It's a podcast. It's an hour and, like, I think it was like an hour and, like, 9 minutes long. I understand. It's a long bit of time. But, like, even with this one, if you're listening this far and you think, oh, this is a drag, just pause it, close out, and come back and listen to it later. I'm not upset by that. I do the same thing. So, like, don't feel like because it's an hour long, you have to sit there for the whole hour in one sitting. Like, take your time with it. I just want people to, like, listen to them, and just because there's such good information, and, like, especially, like, just the origin of UBERocity was such an interesting story. I was just enthralled the whole time of, like, oh, this is cool. This is cool. This is cool. Like, it's one of, like, the more, like, lengthy origin stories of a channel, but it's all, like because, like, a lot of people, I think, with their channels recently, the ones I've been on, you know, this podcast, have been doing stuff for, like, the last few years, whereas you've been doing it for, like, 7, so it's, like, this long process to get to where you're at, and I think that's interesting, and I don't know, I just wish my podcasts would get more views. Not like, I mean, yeah, because I would like more views, but also because I think if you're a fan of all these artists, you owe it to yourself to you know, find out more about them. And like you only hear their songs that come out every week, but you don't get to go behind, like, the minds behind the songs and listen to, like, what they think and, you know, how they go about their, you know, like, just to get to know them a little better. Yeah, and I think exactly. My podcasts give a really good way to do that. And yeah, I usually ask, like, different things about, like, name origins and other things like that, but I think you pretty much covered it in that story. So
yeah. sorry to snipe all your questions.
Like, half my. You knocked out. Well, because usually, like, people take about that same amount of time to answer all those questions.
Oh,
so, like,
gosh.
yeah, it was a long story, but, like, you encompass, like, half my questions.
Fair
so,
enough.
like, with your music. With your music, I mean, I know that you probably get really inspired by epic rap battles of history in that channel, but, like, what other, like, musicians inspire your music?
Sure thing. So I am a big rap fan. I used to be a big rock fan, like classic rock, like Guitar Hero sort of stuff when I was younger, like, I don't know, like 5th grade or something. And I have a very stupid specific memory of just how into rock music I was. I called the radio station that only played pop music, and I was like, "Hey, can you play?" I'm sorry. Let me heighten my voice here. I was like, "Hey, can you play Party All Night Long by Kiss?" I listened to the radio for 3 hours and they did not play it. And that's when I realized that my music taste might need to change.
Well,
if I wanted to like fit in and be like
one
cool-ish.
of those people. No, you should have continued to like that music. Come on.
Hey, I still do. I've been actually discovering some new artists not new artists. It's all old stuff like Rage Against the Machine, System of a Down.
New to you. There you go.
Yes. Yeah, definitely stuff that's new to me that I did not listen to before. Rage Against the Machine is definitely a big one for me that I really like. And I've just been listening to them recently. I've liked Green Day for a while and stuff like that. Yeah, there's what do I want to say here? I was the other day I was listening to I made like a gaming playlist, and the gaming playlist has like half rap, half rock. So the rap part is it's very basic. It's like Kendrick Lamar, some Kanye West, some Drake. I would say out of those, my inspirations would probably be Kendrick Lamar. He's just by far and in a way probably one of the most technical rappers who can also have funny bars, who can also tell an amazing story while rhyming the whole time and make it sound good, and can deliver everything and can rap in different voices. It's insane the amount of talent that man has.
Yeah, I like Kendrick Lamar. I don't listen to a lot of like regular rap music. I do mostly listen to nerdcore. But when I do listen to rap, like Kendrick is up there. Like Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, Hobson, like all the ones that like they, you know, you could tell they put like their heart and soul into it. And it's like, if I don't name someone's favorite artist out there that puts their heart and soul into it, don't be
how
offended.
dare you, Chaos? How dare
I'm
you?
just thinking of a few at the top of my head right now as of recording this podcast. I'll probably think of more. There's a lot of rappers out there that I would say are like really good, and you can tell that they do it because they love to do it.
Definitely. And I'm looking through my playlist right here. I love the classic stuff. So System of a Down, you got Beastie Boys, and then I have like some stuff from my emo phase, you know, that Animal I Have Become by 3 Days Grace.
Oh my gosh, 3 Days Grace. I like 3 Days Grace occasionally.
They're good. They got some bangers. I will say that. And a lot of Green Day. Sorry.
Don't forget about your new favorite artist, your boy Kaos.
Your boy Chaos, of course. I gotta plug the man. Gotta plug the boy.
I'm super stoked because I've got some stuff on Spotify now.
It's crazy. Getting stuff on Spotify is so exciting, and it's rewarding. Even if even if nobody listens to it, I would say like 75% of my stuff hasn't even hit like 1,000 plays. I can't even see the view count, but it's so cool to know that it's just out there, you know?
Oh yeah, and I just had to make the joke about it, but also I am kind of like, you know, happy about that. Like I always dreamed when I was making my content to be like, I want a song on Spotify. I want to start, like when I say Spotify, I also mean like, you know, Apple Music and all that other stuff. Like it's available on all the stores basically. So, you know, all the big ones.
Did you know that you're verified on Spotify? I just checked it.
Yeah, I know.
You're a verified artist. Do you know how cool that is?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it's because I claimed the account. I think that's why. And then because when I think when you claim it, like I think they have you like I think they look and see if like you are who you say you are. And because I do DistroKid, I have all my socials linked to it. So it's like, okay, this guy has all of his socials linked to it, and I think they go like, I don't know. I think there's for some reason I think it's like it can register that it's like, oh yeah, this guy's really the person that he says he is. So I don't know. I don't know if that's how it is or if it's just because I ended up claiming the artist account. I don't know what that means, but I love seeing that little check mark. I'm like, I'm verified.
It's super cool, and I mean, like, it's not like being verified on Twitter, of course, but
yeah,
it's still
I know, but it's still cool
to like do like a fake flex, like, hey guys, I'm verified.
A verified artist, like I'm a verified Spotify artist. Go listen to my stuff.
Exactly. So like, if people try to tell you that you're not like a real artist or whatever because you're doing YouTube stuff, be like, nah, I'm on Spotify, man. You can check me out. I'm actually verified too. So yeah.
Lord. That's funny. But yeah, I'm actually working on getting some more stuff on there. You know, and also working on more music, and we'll get to that part later because I usually ask about like future stuff and like, you know, future projects and whatever. But that's like, it's a few questions away. Oh, I guess it's a couple questions away. But yeah, we'll get to that in a little bit. But I kind of wanted to like make that joke because like I am so happy about it, and there were some things I had to like, okay, I'm gonna kind of sidebar to me if that's okay.
Do it, man. I sidebarred 15 minutes straight. Do it.
With the Valorant song, apparently, because like I put Valorant God because it's the title of my track, and then in parentheses I put Valorant rap originally, and it denied it.
Ooh.
Because it was like, oh, the name, it's something's incorrect with it. And I'm like, it probably disliked the way I put Valorant twice in the title. So I got rid of it and it accepted it. So I'm like, okay, it didn't like that. And I was like super upset because I uploaded that on, I think it was like last Friday. So it's Friday right now as of recording this. So a week ago, I uploaded it later that day. And it didn't get like greenlit until, like, it never got greenlit, but I had to wait till Monday for them to be like,
to wait.
Yeah, I waited till Monday, because I find out they don't do stuff on weekends. That's from my research.
I didn't know that. Okay.
And I looked it up, and it said weekends it says excluding weekends. So I'm
wow,
like, okay.
They're really gonna go like, yeah, it may take 2 to 5 business days. Come on, man, you're just uploading.
They know
stuff
everybody.
online.
They know everybody drops stuff on weekends. Like that's like their biggest day. Their biggest day is like.
Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense because they need to get like the artist with like real record labels on there. Okay, I can see that.
Okay, but like, okay, they're like, okay, excluding weekends. So I'm like, cool, I'll find out Monday. I find out Monday that it's like, okay, we denied it. So I ended up deleting that like thing and sending in a new one with the new name and everything. And then I'm waiting till like Tuesday, it greenlit it, and I'm like, okay, fine, that's cool. And then I think it was Wednesday, so just a couple days ago, that it finally showed up on Spotify, and I'm like, finally, I have a second song on there. Like, people can jam out to 2 songs, and I was like super happy about it. And I have been like, the amount of responses I've been getting to the fact, like, getting for that song, and not only just the Bakugo one too, but I've been getting so many like positive responses with it. Like, people are like, oh dude, it's awesome you have it on Spotify now, because I can finally add it to my playlist, and just like, you know, I feel like it's easier for people to do that than go to like, you know, SoundCloud or even YouTube, because it's like they want all their music in one place, and I feel like by having it sent out to everywhere, it's just the listener's choice at that point. So I'm really happy. I'm in the process of trying to get my Apple account right now to access my Apple artist account. It said it could take a couple weeks. But I went and ended up like, you know, trying to get access to that. I feel like I will, because I added my like socials to it, so they'll be able to confirm that it's me. But I just like, I feel like no matter what you choose to listen on, I'm available. So you know, when people ask, oh, where's your songs available? I'll be like, everywhere. Like Spotify, Apple Music. Like, I feel like it's a game changer for anyone out there. And I think, you know, this is not sponsored by DistroKid, but DistroKid has been like honestly, it'd be awesome if I got sponsored.
They should sponsor you, gosh.
But like, other than like the small hiccup of the name, which I understand, that was on my bad. DistroKid has been such a a fun, intuitive way, and also like really like a great tool for putting music out there. And if anyone is looking at putting music out onto any of the platforms, like, I know like everyone says it, but like personally, my experiences with it in the last like week have been like amazing. It's so easy to use. And like, honestly, I feel like this is an ad now.
Yeah, I know, jeez.
Oh gosh, but like, I don't know, I just really enjoy how easy it's been to get my content out. And I think it's like a big tool for artists out there, and DistroKid has been making like a name for itself in being a big distributor of music, you know, to distribute all these like everything, all the music from all these artists on, I'm assuming a lot of YouTubers use it. I know probably a lot of nerdcore artists use it too, so it's been a great tool for a lot of people, and I could see why.
Yeah, DistroKid, if you hear this, hit us up. UBERocity, and it's your boy Kaos. Come on.
Yo.
You know you want to.
Sponsor. It's not sponsored now, but
Not
sponsor
sponsored
in the future.
for now.
For now, yo.
Wink, wink.
But like, I'm giving my like newcomer, like first ever review of it here on this podcast, and I think it's worth checking out because there's a lot of different websites out there if you look up ways to distribute your music, and I just think DistroKid, I don't know, man. I haven't used all the other ones, but DistroKid, in my opinion, is super easy to use, and it really gives you all the options, and it gives you great directions and everything. And I don't like, this is becoming a DistroKid ad now.
Yeah, it is.
We'll get back to the podcast, but it is kind of sort of about my experience.
Can we interview DistroKid?
Yo, we're gonna get DistroKid in here. No, that'd be awesome.
Is he a kid, or is that just like I don't get it?
Oh lord, that's funny. No, but we're gonna go back to the podcast here. It kind of turned from like my experiences with music to DistroKid.
Pardon the interruption.
I was trying to give like new coming like songwriters and artists like, you know, a little bit of like a hey, from a newcomer aspect to it, DistroKid, boom, done. You can't get any better than like a first impression, and first impressions matter to me a lot.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
I will always give someone a second. Like if first impressions for something doesn't get me, and people are like, dude, you just got a wrong impression. Like you gotta like go back at it again, you know, or like, you know, with anything, it could be people, shows, or whatever. I'll give it a second chance, you know. But first impressions definitely, I feel like for everybody, are really something. You know, I I don't know. We're getting so sidetracked. We're gonna go back to the podcast questions here. I asked this to everybody, but what does music mean to you?
Ooh, this is
heavy
quite the question.
If you've listened to my podcast, you should know this one's coming.
Yeah, but dang, it's really hard to explain it. Music is an art form that I am able to express myself in, whether it's a stupid rap battle where it's me just trying to be funny, making some jokes and doing some silly impressions, trying to pretend like it's actually one character versus another character, or whether it's I have done some original music in the past. I've uploaded it on Spotify. I used a lot of that to go ahead and let out my emotions when I was feeling one way or another. I have some happy songs about me and my friends sticking together. I have some not so happy songs. I have some angsty songs. I had a lot of depressing songs that I never recorded, probably for good reason. So those are lost in history, thankfully. But it's a way to cope, I would say. Wow. Yeah, I think a way to cope seems... I think that's my answer. I'm locking it in.
Okay, cool.
With life's ups and downs and everything.
I've gotten similar answers to that on this podcast. That's kind of cool. Like it's kind of a way to like, express yourself too. I kind of say this. It's like a way to express yourself in a way that you aren't able to in any other form of communication, I think.
Exactly. And this is the art form that I was inspired by. When I started listening to rap, it was Lil Wayne, and it was before Drake even was on any like popular songs. It was just like Lil Wayne. That's all I can remember that when I started listening, and then like Eminem and stuff like that. But as rap evolved, and I don't really know where I was going there, but it's always been a part of me, I guess. And to go ahead and try to use that medium of artwork to go ahead and outline something in my life, whether it be happy or sad. It's really cool that I have the ability to go ahead and do that, because I'm a terrible artist. I can't animate. I can't draw. I think I'm a pretty awful singer. You can ask my girlfriend; she'll probably agree. And but this rap thing, this was something that caught my eye, and I figured I wanted to try it. And nobody's told me I'm terrible yet. So I mean, if somebody wants to be the first one, let me know, and then I'll change some stuff. But
I don't think you're terrible.
Well, thank you.
I haven't heard very many songs, but from the ones
that is
I've heard,
fair. I really
I don't
only
think
have,
you're
like,
terrible.
I really only
I
have
feel
like
like-
2 songs, but that's besides the point now, I guess.
I feel like
might
people
get to
might
that.
say I'm terrible. I'm like, I always get really like self-conscious about my first raps because I'm always
God,
like,
yeah.
what if somebody's gonna say they suck, you know? And it's like, you know, that was back during a time of like, I was so busy. And I was just vibing and having fun, and I didn't worry about throwing out the best bars or throwing out the best, you know, whatever. I was just trying to learn how to like mix and stuff, and I'm still learning. So if somebody's like, "Oh, that's not mixed well," I'm like, "Well, I'm trying things out, you know. I'm trying things out, seeing how it works." And I think, you know, that when I originally did them, I did them to beats that I did it for free. So now I'm throwing them up on Spotify. I'm having to lease them because people say, "Hey, they're Spotify worthy." I'm like, okay. So, you know, I feel like, you know, I was always self-conscious about it, but now I'm kind of going back and listening to them and going like, hey, I can appreciate it for what it is. And it's kind of, you know, I always will think, oh, I could have done this better, but I'll still appreciate it for what it is. And like, okay, I'm gonna go. You're gonna hear this on this podcast. Okay, it's okay if I sidebar to me.
Dude,
Again.
I said it once, I said it again. I sidebarred for 15 minutes. This is your podcast, please.
Okay, I wanted to make it about the guests as much as, like, you know, me as well. But it's like, I think it's the first time I've ever said this because I'm just thinking about it now.
Go for it,
mentioning
man.
it now because
I support you.
What music means and, you know, channels and stuff. That Bakugo song, because we were talking about it before the podcast even started, that you've been loving it. That Bakugo song, like, I scheduled that one. Okay, I think I scheduled that one. I made a post about it, and this was me, big idiot Chaos over here, making a post about it being released on a certain day when I didn't have the lyrics, like, I had lyrics done, but for a completely different version of the song, to a completely different instrumental, and it was a week before I was supposed to drop it. I think I was supposed to drop it like in April 18th. Again, I ended up dropping it on the 20th, so only 2 days, which was awesome because April 20th is his birthday, so that kind of worked out. That worked out a little bit. It worked out in my favor a little bit, but the fact that it was 2 days late, I was working literally every day that week, except for I think Sunday. So we're talking like Saturday, I made the tweet. I had to work that day. So I had Sunday off, and I had to work the remaining 6 days after that. I ended up going to record the original version, and I think it sounded like crap. I can send it to you after we're done recording this if you want. But I don't love it. I don't love it at all. I hate it. So I was like, I hate this. I don't like it. I need to rewrite it. And like, I need to do something about this. So I went and found a different beat, and I ended up searching up on YouTube and whatever, trying to find another beat that I really liked, and I ended up settling on a beat. I think it was titled Blast, which kind of ironic, you know,
nice.
I kind of unironically, maybe ironic. I don't know what to say here, but like, it kind of caught my eye because I'm like, okay, I listened to it, and I'm like, okay, this could fit Bakugo. And you know, it was just, you know, I guess, you know, the title of the beat was Blast, so I was like, okay.
It's funny how that stuff works out. Yeah.
Did I say, it was by I think I didn't say it, Nico on the beat, which was that producer makes some really great beats. If you're looking for like free beats to use, all you got to do is basically just say you use their beat, and you can use it for nonprofit. Like, seriously, great beats. I have a lot of them liked on my BeatStars account. So like, great beats. Again, not sponsored by Nico on the beat, but just like,
gosh, this is the sponsor stream.
This is the sponsor
cast, whatever you want to call it.
Sponsor cast, yeah. Dude, that's gonna be totally the title of the episode. Sponsor cast.
Sponsor cast. Okay.
Oh gosh.
I feel
okay. But I went, and then I literally was writing, and I got that chorus done, and I'm like, dude, this chorus bops, dude. I was writing the chorus out one night, and I was like rapping it out to the beat, and I was like, okay, you know, this is awesome. So I kept it. I was like, okay, we're gonna keep it. And then I went to go write. I reused some of the same lines from the original song, and I put them into the newer one, the one that you hear, you know, that's actually out today. I reused a lot of the bars and lines and stuff because, you know, I reworded them to fit the flow, and I felt like it kind of helped me get a little bit of a head start on it. And I think the majority of those actually ended up fitting into the first verse. So a lot of those first verse bars in that were reused bars that I repurposed for that beat. And then the second verse, I was like, I think I used a couple bars in that one, and then the whole I had to rewrite the second verse, so it was like completely write new stuff for that verse. And I was like, okay, I'm sitting here like freaking out because I'm like, okay, I said I'm gonna have this done by Saturday. I think it was like Wednesday that week, and I was like, holy crap, I don't know exactly what day. I go, okay, you know what? Realistically, I don't think I'm gonna get it done by Saturday. So I go and make a tweet. Sorry, everybody, it's gonna be delayed. You know, I like maybe, hopefully next weekend. So I was like, okay, fine. They'll give me an extra week to work on it. I finished the lyrics the next couple days. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm gonna go and just record it. I'm in a good mood. Let's record it. So I think I recorded it either the Friday or Saturday. I'm not sure. And I mixed it and mastered it that Sunday night. And then I was like, it's done. Let's go. Let's go. I start making the video. I'm literally up in the middle of the night and / early morning. I think on that Monday, like that's the very same day, because it became Monday. And then I was editing the video, getting it done. I'm like, okay, I want this out because my girlfriend's like, dude, it's 420. It's April 20th. It's his birthday, and I'm like, okay, I have to get this out today. I was up literally till like 5 or 6 a.m. editing the video. I got that whole video done in like 4 to 5 hours. But I is editing the clips, putting like the lyrics on the bottom and timing them all out and getting it all done, rendered up on YouTube, ready to go in 5 to 6 hours. And I was like, holy crap. I was like, and I had my girlfriend's help on that one. My girlfriend Mogo. I brought her up on the previous podcast episodes. She was there. Literally, I'm like, Mogo, I was like, I need you to look up like scenes from this fight. Can you give me scenes from, because I referenced the Todoroki Bakugo fight. I'm like, could you find me a video clip for this? She's like, on it. Boom, done. Well, I'm working on parts in like before that, and I'm like, I'm gonna need this in the future. Can you look one of these up for me? Send me the URL. And I was like, okay. So she literally was helping me like get this video done, and I was up like getting that one done, and I was so happy with how that one turned out. And I was like, well, I'm happy to hear that you enjoy it, because like I guess the song was like, that song had to be completely scrapped and rewritten to what it was, and then the video for that, editing the video, it just came together so well. And it's just like sharing that experience of that was kind of like, that's the most interesting song like writing experience / video making experience that I've ever had, because like I literally went from like an idea I had, oh this could work, to hating it, to writing it, to literally like saying, okay, maybe next weekend, to actually just having it out 2 days after I said I would put it out originally. And I was like, whew. When it was all done, I kind of was like, wow, that was like a lot of work. I kind of felt a little relieved for a second. I'm like, holy crap.
You were going hard, man.
I hope people enjoy it. And just the fact, I think that's also one of the reasons why I chose that song as the first one to throw up on Spotify, because it's the one that I feel like I probably spent the most time. I don't know if I spent the most time on it, but I spent like the most like I don't know. It's hard to tell, because I kind of spent a little bit writing the Valorant one. The Valorant one I kind of spent like a few hours, or like an hour or so here or there for a few weeks coming up with bars for that one. So I'm not quite sure which one took longer, but the most memorable experience was probably that Bakugo one. And if you're listening to this podcast and you haven't checked that one out, it is like, literally check out the video, because I spent, literally I spent quite a bit of time on that. And then go stream the heck out of it on Spotify, Apple Music, or whatever you stream it on, because like it's a bop and I love it.
Oh, that is fantastic to hear that whole story. Oh my gosh.
Now I have a captivating story.
There you go. Let's go tit for tat with the stories.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, no. Let's. You got any more questions? That's awesome, man. I'm so happy for you. Like I said before the podcast, I'll say it after the podcast. That Bakugo song is really good. My girlfriend was in the other room. She goes, "Is that Eminem?"
I've never been compared to Eminem, but I think I
thought it was fun. I think he got like the sort of like a similar delivery or a similar style.
I feel like I'm very heavily influenced by Eminem. I think that's probably why. Like outside of nerdcore, I
could see it. Definitely.
We're going to the future stuff. So like, what are some future goals for, like, I guess maybe your own channel or for like the UBERocity channel? And like, are there any future projects that you're okay sharing? Because I mean, I don't know how far ahead you're planning stuff out, because it's like we're recording this like a little early, like I guess a week and a half early to when the podcast episode is gonna drop. But like, if you have anything like future projects you're okay sharing,
of course. Of course. Goal is always just to grow the channel and upload some cool content. Me and Matcha, we always say, we always say this. If we can make some person like kind of forget what's going on in their lives, if they're going through a bad time, and we can just upload a stupid video and, you know, that makes them feel better for the day, that is 100% what we want to do. That is what gives us fuel. I hear some people have actually told me that they look up to me, and I'm like, what? Why? and it's just really cool to go ahead and get that feeling that you're helping someone out just by doing what you like to do. So I love that. I guess if that's a goal, I would count that as a goal. Growing the channel is always a goal. We just hit 16,000 subscribers, which is super cool.
Congratulations.
And thank you.
That's a goal I can only dream of reaching right now.
It took me 7.5 years or so. So hopefully you hit it a bit quicker than that.
Well, I mean, I hope, because I don't know, not just like because I want to grow the channel, because I love sharing my content with people, and I think I hope to make people's day with my content. And the more people I reach, the more people's day I can make, and that's just amazing.
Exactly, yeah. It goes back to what I said. We're in the same boat here, so that's fantastic. In regards to future content, I was mentioning this before. I am going to be working on a Majin Buu song from Dragon Ball. I know I already did the Dragon Ball like little cipher deal. Got some people on there. That was fun, but I want to go ahead and try to devote some of my time to like some more solo songs. I feel like that's a true test of how well I can be an artist and how versatile I can be and what I'm really made of. So I want to do some more single solo songs. By the point that this gets uploaded, the Might Guy rap titled Youth should be up on my channel, UBERocity. Sidebar, I do have my own channel, but I don't upload to it. The only reason I have it is so I can go ahead and just kind of favorite my wrestling videos that I watch and my One Piece videos that I watch. So yeah, that's like my watch later other channel, and also I can subscribe another time to somebody who I want to subscribe to. So that's why I have that. Yeah. So we have that coming up. In regards to personal things that I'm working on, like I said, the Might Guy rap should be up by now. Check it out on UBERocity if you haven't already. Hopefully links in the description, Chaos, to the channel.
I'll put every link you want me to put. Like, I'll do YouTube, like Twitter, everything.
Okay.
We can go over after what links you want to put.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, go follow them. Links in the description. We'll have all that ironed out.
There we go. Yeah. By the time this is up, you will see the link to the UBERocity channel in the description. If you don't, we know who to blame.
Maybe, hopefully, Chaos is not Big Dum Dum again. We know what happened in that episode with Sailor Your Love. The one that actually was able to make it on the channel was the not Dum Dum one. But the version of that where I didn't record my microphone was Dum Dum. And that was kind of like, ever since then I've been like double checking my microphone, like testing it out beforehand. Cause like before I just hop on my recording software, hit record, and it would be like that. But I guess something got messed up. So I always double check to make sure the microphone is like selected, you know? And so, yeah. Chaos has learned a lesson. But I think the take two of that ended up really well. There were a lot of things that were mentioned that weren't mentioned in the first episode of that, or the first trial of that, like the first try at that, the first take. That I think, you know, we hit every point in the first take, but like we hit also other points and that, you know, she was able to think of, and I think it was kind of awesome to have that take two almost. So like I really enjoyed the way that one turned out. And again, if you haven't watched and or listened to those podcast episodes, like I have a big playlist of all my podcast episodes. And if you're listening to this on either SoundCloud or YouTube, it's the same thing. There's a big playlist of them. After you're done listening to this, go check those out. Catch up on the Kaos Corner podcast.
Exactly, the Kaos Corner extended universe.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that Mike guy. I actually look forward to that one. I don't know how spoiler heavy that is.
There's not really any spoilers. I don't think so. I mean,
I'm gonna post a reaction to that, which will probably be out. So
Okay.
if you haven't checked out my reaction to that, it should be out.
We're getting ambitious here.
If the song is out, I will probably have a reaction out. So go check that one out too.
Okay, I'm digging it. So,
anything else for future?
Oh, come on! Of course I got stuff for future. We're always cooking something up.
Look at this man. He's planning it out.
Trust me. We just yesterday, Mancha and I finished writing Uber Rap Battles of Fiction number 15. Number 14 just got uploaded, and that's Bakugo from My Hero Academia versus Megumin from Lord, I forgot what she's from. I'm gonna go ahead and search it up. It was Mancha's pet project. Mancha is really the spearhead figure for Uber Rap Battles of Fiction. Once again, as I run the Pokemon rap battles. So yeah, it was Megumin versus Bakugo. We have a really great Bakugo voice actor, Alex the Beast. He is so good at doing Bakugo. Like, it actually sounds like it is Bakugo's English voice actor. 100%, which is insane. And the Megumin voice actor, Azaya, does a really great job too. So if you're interested in either of those characters, definitely check it out on the channel. But I'm here to plug number 15, which it won't be out for a while, probably. It might be on SoundCloud by the time this drops. I'm not 100% sure. The video won't be out for a while, but in the future, we are doing a rematch of one of our Season 1 battles. We're in Season 2 of the reboot, and it is a rematch of Season 1, and it involves some new characters. It's definitely very good. This is a little hint for everybody who knows their UBERocity lore, but it's going to mess with your psyche. Yes, that's a little hint for season. If you can find a Season 1 rap battle on UBERocity that might fit that hint, go ahead and go crazy with the speculation for what that rematch is. And it's awesome. We wrote it last night. It was super good.
Nice.
We actually just got, I just got word from my editor that Mewtwo versus Lucario is done with the video, and we will be able to go ahead and get that uploaded hopefully pretty soon here. Maybe by the time this is up, maybe not. Regardless, subscribe to the channel, and I guess you can figure it out when it's uploaded.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Go check it out. Oh man.
Sorry.
Anything else? I'm gonna talk about mine. I'm just waiting for you to finish.
Sorry, last one. I'm writing Mew versus Celebi right now, and that's gonna be a great battle as well. We got a really banging beat, and I've been doing some pretty good writing on that one, so I'm super excited.
Dude, you're making me excited just talking about it over here.
Sorry.
Getting all giddy over here. Like, I'm checking all those out. I'm checking all of them out.
Oh yeah, hey, you might want to do like reactions to the rap battles, because the rap battles they get some pretty good views, and I mean,
I'm gonna do reactions, like, hands down. Expect reactions on my channels to all these.
You should do Cypher versus Gaster. I would actually love to hear your reaction to that one.
Okay, yeah.
Like, once again, that's one of the more thought-provoking and kind of scary or cool rap battles that make you feel like weird or feel good. So that one might be an interesting one to react to.
Yeah.
All right, you're up. I'm sorry for talking your ear off.
Okay. No, you are fine. I was just like, are you done? Are you done? He's like, does he have more? You just kept hitting it with more stuff. I'm like, oh, this guy's got it all planned out. Which is kind of cool because I do too. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna say as far as future projects, like all the way, but I do know that I'm gonna do. This is not 100% my idea. I borrowed it from Jeff Hoplin. He was gonna do villains all through the month of October, and I thought, why don't I make songs for like villains in October? And so I'm gonna start off with a Kirishima rap at the end of September. Featuring, I don't know if I'm just gonna say it's featuring a special guest on that one. I don't know if I don't know. I guess it is my song, and I guess I can announce it if I want. But I'll announce it for this podcast. It'll have Jeff Hoplin featured on it.
Whoa! There we go. There it is.
there you go.
The boy Jeff.
Just mentioning Jeff, you know, helping me out with the whole idea of doing the villains. But I know for sure October is pretty ironed out for what songs I want to do. And I know it's a bit of ways out, but that's just because I want to make sure I get it all done and have the time to do it. But we're going to start off October. I'm going to do Wednesday releases. And the why I picked Wednesdays was because I always drop these podcasts on Mondays. And then I have weekends for reacting to videos. So I'm like, okay, well, because I don't want to make my songs crowded with my reactions, I'm like, okay, why don't I just do Monday podcast episode, Wednesday songs, and then the weekends for reaction videos, and then maybe have like reaction videos on like the Tuesday and Thursday as well, so I can have at least something every day. And I thought that would be the best way to do it for my channel. And I get that like a lot of people are like, oh, you should do you know, your songs on weekends, but I'm like, well, I like reacting, and I'll still plan on reacting to stuff. And I think that just fits my you know, like feel of my channel better, to have like something every day to come back to my, you know, channel for. And I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah, continuous content is always a great thing. And I see that some of your reactions have been getting some pretty good view counts too. Like your ones from a couple weeks ago, 500 views on a couple of them. That was pretty good.
Yeah. But yeah, but we're gonna start off with Frieza on October 7th, which will be it's all Wednesdays. And then we're gonna move on to Pain from Naruto, yes, on the 14th. And then Dio from, oh crap, oh my
JoJo's.
I know it's JoJo, but like literally, I just imagine Dio right now in my head. That's why, as I'm saying that, which that's on October 21st, which is kind of weird. That's my birthday, so I'm dropping my Dio rap on my birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
So it'll be like, happy birthday, go watch my Dio rap. And then
dude, that'd be a good like Twitter campaign. It's my birthday, give me a present, watch my rap.
Yeah, which is funny because now my birthday will be a JoJo reference in some way. And then we're gonna wrap up the month with All for One from My Hero Academia. And I will tell you, I'm producing all of the beats for all of my songs from here on out, unless I really like someone else's beat. But I can tell you I'm producing all the beats for at least those songs, the first 5, the Kirishima, Frieza, Pain, Dio, and All for One. I have already finished the Kirishima one, and I've already finished the All for One. So I'm going to be working on the Frieza, Pain, and Dio one. I'm going to be live streaming them in the next couple weeks, which I should already have the Frieza one done by the time this thing drops. I'm hoping to have all of those beats done because it's like a week and a half. All those beats done by the time this thing drops, and I'll probably post a little bit of sneak peeks on my Patreon for the you know, my silver tier patrons. I'm gonna plug my Patreon here because, you know, it's like the sponsor cast over here. I'm, you know, sponsoring myself here. But I'm gonna go ahead and plug that Patreon because like I post a lot of, if you are someone who can, I'm not saying that you should, like, everybody, I say this in every one of my videos, like everything, you don't have to, but if you want access to early access to my content and access to sneak peeks and whatever, all of that's gonna drop on Patreon in the next couple months. That's gonna be like, you're gonna want to do that. It's only $5 for silver tier. It's $3 for bronze and $5 for silver, and that's like the only 2 that I have right now. And you know, I just think I think they're worth it because I post a lot of stuff on there. I post a lot of sneak peeks.
Yeah, Patreon's a fantastic way to go ahead and continue connecting with your audience. We actually have some sort of joke. It's almost like an inside joke, but I mean, not really. And basically, there was so April Fools in the rap battle community is a day where instead of uploading serious, like super good sounding rap battles, we upload some funny ones. And so one of them, like for instance, was Yee versus Pingu, and the whole thing they're just going yee yee yee, and Pingu goes noot 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 noot. That was like back in like 2014 when that was like maybe funny though. That's so fun. Like current April Fool's stuff is like actually good, whereas that stuff's kind of unlistenable. But one of the jokes was support UBERocity on Patreon. That was like a big joke for one of us because we were like one of the only people in the community to have a Patreon, and then almost nobody subscribed to it. So we were just like, you know what, we'll just sell ourselves out and whore ourselves out here. And apparently support UBERocity on Patreon became such a meme that people actually did it. And now we contact our patrons very frequently, go ahead and go over some things, and sometimes we ask them for help too. So Patreon's definitely a great way to go ahead and connect.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry to kind of steal the spotlight there.
Oh no, it's fine. You know, I just think Patreon, especially for me, like it's something new to me, and I just made it. And made my Patreon. I just like, I feel like it's an awesome way that I can, you know, let, you know, some people in on what I'm doing, like especially like what you'll hear on like live streams will be like my beat making, but when I post my like sneak peeks, that'll be like when I actually like record my vocals over it. So you'll hear sneak peeks of like maybe like a few bars in a verse, or like my chorus or something like that. Probably like unmixed or very poorly mixed, just something like, hey, this is what it's gonna sound like, you know. And I kind of want to give, like, I'm like, okay, if I stream my beat making and my beat producing, then I can just leave all of the actual, like when I go to record it or I record an idea, I can send it off to my patrons, or even make a better, well mixed version of my beat and put a section of that in there for my patrons. But like all of my like $3 patrons, like the bronze level, get 48-hour early access to these podcast episodes already right now. So if you're somebody who really loves these podcasts and for future episodes you want like 2-day early access and just flex on everybody saying I listened to this podcast early, $3 on Patreon. And that also will apply for my music videos too, for well, I mean like music videos, but for my songs, for when I do my songs in the future, you'll get 2 days early access to it and get to flex, be like, I already listened to that song, you know. And I think it's just dope because like I tried to find some affordable way to, you know, give people like that behind the scenes early access stuff, you know, and it can help me to kind of, because I'm trying to save up for a new like microphone and whatnot, and for other like plugins and stuff I can use for recording, that I was like, okay, this is an awesome way that they can get dope content and I can help, you know, purchase upgrades and stuff that will also make better content for them to enjoy. So it's like, just feel like it's a win-win. And also the shout out, obviously, on the videos, everybody does a little patron list shout out, and I'll do that as well. But like I always say, it's not necessary. The best thing that people can do is just come by, listen, watch the video, leave a like, put a comment, all the stuff that's for free.
Yeah, the free stuff is definitely cool because I mean, like, nobody has to watch your video. So if you like even watch the video, I'm like, dang, you cared enough to watch something I made. That's cool.
And like maybe even share it on social media, you know. That's like all the free ways are the best ways to support. But if you're someone out there that's like, yo, I really like your content,
yeah, like,
I really want this early
Chaos,
access,
man.
Like,
let's get it.
$5 is the most. It's like the same as like a Twitch sub, like seriously. I didn't want to make it any more than that, but I feel like I dish out, like, I've been putting out like you know, again, early access like for everything I put out already. But you'll get like that if you do the silver tier, you get like all those like little snippets of sneak peeks or whatever I've been working on. And I won't make all of my beats on stream. There'll be a few that I won't, and then you'll get those. But for all the ones I do work on stream, I will probably send like vocal stuff to it, like little like recording my vocals to the track, snippets of sneak peeks instead. For that, just to make it worth it. And I was like, okay, just to kind of change it up from like, you know, change it up to like where it gets what content, you know, just don't make the $5 worth the money. Like just to, I feel like just to hear a chorus early, because that's like the most memorable part. I just think it's worth it, you know. I can think of a lot of artists out there that I would just pay money to be like, I want to hear the chorus first, you know, because some of the choruses that are being put out are just been absolute bangers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's always great when you can get it stuck in your head a little bit early, and it's crazy because nobody else even knows that chorus even exists, so that's pretty cool.
You could be like, yo, I just listened to the chorus to Kaos's new, like, Dio song, you know, it
Yeah.
slaps, and everyone's like, what? And then they're like, yeah, dude, you can get early access, you know, on
Hype it up.
Patreon. Yeah, and like, you gotta check this out, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna go into going away from the channels and talking about. I'm assuming you do watch a lot of anime, right?
Oh yeah, I'm a big anime head.
All
Death
right,
Note,
I have to
One
kind of
Piece.
preface that. I always ask top 5 anime because you know
Straight
it's an
up.
interesting question.
Definitely. I actually answered this. I think I answered it on Twitter the other day, but it always changes. So I'll do top 5 of all time. Okay. So number one for my longest time. For the longest time was Naruto. I thought nothing could beat Naruto, and then I finished Naruto, and I was like. So that kind of got usurped. I really love One Piece now. That's my new jam. Number 2, Naruto. Number 3, Bleach. I'm a big like shonen. It's like surface level stuff, and I'm aware it's surface level stuff, but I enjoy it. So I'm not really big into judging people for what they like. So I definitely think that the shonen battle anime mangas are really cool. I enjoy them. So top 3 are like the classic big 3. Your One Piece, Naruto, Bleach. I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan, so number 4. I know I sound like a total normie right now.
Hey, number 4. That's my number 4 too.
Hey, there we go, twins. And then the 5th one could be a toss-up. Death Note is fantastic. There's a lot of anime that I haven't seen that I like. I recently started watching a little bit of Mob Psycho, and that was really cool. I haven't really finished it though, so I can't really say it's my favorite. I guess number 5, Death Note, and that's only because I just like the flashy animations. You know, anime character go brrr, sort of meme deal. But yeah,
I don't know if you remember. My top 5 hasn't changed. Well, okay, it has. It's not okay. It has / hasn't. Like it has, but like I don't know which one to bump out. So like I've said it before.
Give an honorable mention. How about that?
Okay, Naruto's my number 1, and I haven't finished it yet, so I'm.
And that's why.
I feel like I'm like, oh crap. Okay. Then My Hero Academia is after that. I am all caught up on My Hero Academia, so like I can't say, oh, watching further, but like I really love My Hero Academia. I love the stuff that they're doing. I'm excited for the next season. And then Fairy Tail would be my number 3.
Okay.
Dragon Ball Z's 4. I already said that.
There you go.
Being number 4, and then One Piece is 5. And I think honorable mentions would have to be because I just finished it. Actually, I have 2 honorable mentions. I just finished catching up on the first season of this, and it just started season 2, Fire Force. And then another honorable mention, I'm still watching this. I think I'm halfway through season 2, would be Assassination Classroom. I absolutely love Assassination Classroom. I started watching it a while ago, and then Daddy Fastnaps was like, I'm putting on a Kuro Sensei rap. And I'm like, I'm going to catch up before he puts the rap out. He put it out last week, and I'm still not finished with it. So I'm just like, I'll watch it and react to it as soon as I get done with the series. So expect a reaction on the channel to that. But I have not checked that rap out because I'm trying to stay away from it. He said it was spoiler heavy, so I'm trying to finish the series. So again, no spoilers in the description, in the comment section.
Yeah,
no
if you comment a spoiler, you're the weakest race.
I should have it done by the time this comes out, but for anybody else, you know, just no spoilers for any anime in the comments. You post the spoilers, it'll be removed. Like, yeah. Unless you put like the little spoiler thing at the top and like enter enough times that you have to hit like, you know, they like click to, you know.
Yeah, like 100 times.
Yeah, so like people don't get spoiled. They have to click to open it, so it's their fault if they do. But like I really like those, and I feel like it's so hard to pick a top 5 because there's so many good anime. Death Note is one of the ones I've been interested in getting into because it just looks really good.
Yeah, it's also not super long, like the shonen ones are super long, so Death Note is concise when compared to that. I know there's like 10 episode long animes like Madoka Magica, stuff like that, which I also heard is fantastic. I got through some of it once, didn't finish it. Maybe revisit it. I definitely enjoy anime, and I'm really glad that we exist in a timeline that we can experience these crazy stories with all the powers and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That it's like, I love how My Hero Academia is sort of like Marvel Heroes almost, and I think that is really part of the mainstream appeal of it too, which I think is really cool that they were able to go ahead and find something that works like that and really incorporate the superhero into anime sort of deal.
Yeah, if anybody were to ask me, like, I want to get into anime, what one should I start out with? I'm probably going to recommend My Hero Academia, like, as one of the first ones.
I would agree with that. It's pretty entry level, and
then I'll give you more after that, because like I feel like at that point it's like, okay, it's like superheroes, anime. Like I feel like if people like the Marvel and DC stuff, they'll really enjoy that because it's superheroes. It's so easy to get into, and then after that we can you can kind of get into more I would say like not super popular anime, I guess. Like I say popular being like the ones you see in like all the stores.
The super mainstreams, yeah,
super mainstream ones. So like less mainstream anime I can give lists for. But I also asked this other question, and this is gonna be a bit of a longer episode. I think this is probably my longest one. I don't know.
Yeah, let me go ahead and I'll do concise answers. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine, dude. I really don't care. I give myself an hour and a half limit for these.
Totally.
And I've never hit anywhere close to that, so we're gonna go with this last talking point. I always ask it, but do you have any hobbies outside of like your channel and making music and all that?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest, I don't really have a ton. I work pretty hard on my stuff to go ahead and get it taken care of. I'm a little bit of a gamer. And I spend a lot of time with my girlfriend, and I love her very much. So I'm really thankful that we have the ability. We actually moved in together recently, so it's really awesome that I'm around her all the time because it lets me just grow with her as a couple. And yeah, okay, I guess it's kind of weird to say my girlfriend's my hobby, but I really do enjoy my time with her, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. So
oh, that's sweet.
I guess if you count that as a hobby, then yeah, sure. Like I mentioned earlier, just kind of like a sidebar thing. I'm into wrestling too, so I do enjoy talking wrestling, like WWE, AEW, New Japan, stuff like that. Yes, I know that it's fake. Please don't say that. I just think I think it's almost like people always call it like redneck anime, but it makes sense because it's like they tell stories, and it's stories of betrayal, it's stories of friendship, it's stories of a championship rivalry, it's stories of wanting to be the best, it's stories of making up for things that you've done in your past. I know it's obviously in the context of a stupid wrestling match, but the stories that can be told in a ring are really cool. I do realize how stupid this sounds out loud, so I'm very sorry.
Oh gosh, it doesn't sound that stupid.
Yeah. I do like wrestling, so I have a couple of wrestling video games that I play sometimes.
Oh, nice.
I work full time, not doing YouTube, so YouTube is almost my part-time job, which makes it hard to do anything else. I do like I like a good whiskey, so I'm kind of a whiskey snob sometimes.
Whiskey is my hobby. Let's go.
There we go. Yeah,
that's
man.
Funny.
The more I talk, the less interesting I sound. So.
Oh no. Actually, I think it's the opposite.
Okay, well, thank you.
It's funny, but yeah, that's awesome. I do enjoy my time with my girlfriend too. I do take some days, and I'm like, you know what? Because there's like
you got to take a me day sometime.
Thursdays are like the one day of the week that I have off, and so is my girlfriend. So like my girlfriend, like Mogo. If I refer to Mogo, it's my girlfriend.
Yeah,
that is like her nickname and online name. So
that's awesome.
But I spend time with her on that day. I'm like, look, I don't plan anything on that day. I don't say I'm gonna record anything on that day. I don't even do music that day when I do my music production.
Day,
I'm like, that is my like relaxation. Spend time with her, watch anime, play video games, and just like hang out with her. Like just chill. I need a mental day. I need a mental day to come back, to be able to come back 100% and work on my stuff. And that's awesome.
That's really cool that you take that day for yourself, and then you're like, also, hey Mogo, you're part of my day. That's That's big. That's great stuff, man. That warms my heart.
And I think I don't think I'd be doing this if it wasn't for her support of my content. I think.
Oh my God, tell me about it, man. Without girlfriend support. you feel down on yourself, she's the first person you go to.
Oh yeah.
Oh
she supports my content. Like, she's bopping out to my song, she's jamming out to it, and she's like always the first person I send my stuff to, and she's like, this slaps, and I'm like, you don't have to lie to me. She goes, no, I'm not even telling you this as because I'm biased or anything, but this thing slaps. I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'll send it to someone else, and they're like, this slaps. I'm like, okay, it must slap then. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just wrap this podcast episode up. I'm gonna say thank you, Adam, for being on this podcast. I've enjoyed chatting with you and learning about the origins of UBERocity and all that, and talking about your future, future projects and everything. And I look forward to that Mic Guy one, not gonna lie, and I look forward to reacting to all the stuff that you have planned out.
Mic Guy Rap is actually on Spotify right now if you want to hear the audio.
I want to watch the video, so I'll wait.
Okay. The video is definitely going to be spoiler heavy for you though. So because there's this big thing. I mean, I'm not even gonna go into it. But
you know what? I'll listen to the audio and then I'll react to the audio. Okay, we'll do that then.
It's not like a major spoiler, but it's a spoiler enough to where I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah. All right. But yeah, I'm just gonna finish this up by saying thank you so much for being on. It's been a pleasure having you. It's awesome we finally scheduled a time to sit down and do this, and I hope you all listening to this have had such an all enjoyed the podcast episode. I don't know the words to say. Oh Lord, I know whenever it comes to my outros, even in my videos, I'm always like, what am I saying? What words am I saying?
It's all good. I can do the outro for you, Chaos. Don't worry. Let me do it.
Oh, no. Okay, we'll let him do the outro. There you go.
All right, here we go. Thank you very much for listening in on this podcast. Chaos, it has been a pleasure hanging out with you and just chilling out for the last hour and a half, whatever it's been. So once again, thank you very much for having me. Everybody who's listening, make sure to go ahead and support your boy Chaos on Patreon. He plugged it earlier. Check out his Spotify. Definitely subscribe to UBERocity if you haven't. You can check out the Patreon if you want. It's not required. Go ahead and do it if you want. It's got some cool exclusive stuff there, but make sure to go ahead and leave a comment. Check out the channel if you're interested in rap battles at all. They're more ERB styled rap battles, not like nerdcore style. I know Rustage does his, but we aim for like really solid impressions, and then the flow comes second, whereas opposed to a nerdcore rap battle, it's flipped a little bit. So it's a little bit of a different take than most people usually are accustomed to. So if you're interested, check it out. If not, that's cool. Thanks for listening this long. I appreciate it. Yeah. Any final words, Chaos?
I think you just pretty much summed it up. Yeah, thank you guys all for tuning into this podcast. I'm happy you made it this far. Whether you listen to it in one sitting, you are amazing for doing that. But hopefully, if you take multiple parts and to get to this, multiple sit downs, it's okay. I do appreciate you making it this far in this podcast. I hope you all, are enjoying these episodes, and I'm trying to get all these people on, all these interesting individuals on, so I hope I can continue to bring these to you every week, but hopefully next week I'll see you all with another episode for episode 7, but if not, whenever that decides to drop, I'll let you know. But until then, I hope you all are having a fantastic, wonderful, amazing day, and yeah, just see you later, everybody.